Ashapata, in today's class, we are going to solve paper 2 of 4024, paper 2, variant 2, and May-June 2020. The year is May-June 2020. The paper is of 2 hours 30 minutes and it is of 100 marks. Okay. Since it is a paper 2, so calculators are allowed. Secondly, if the calculators are allowed, if you have any numerical answer, which is a non-exact non-numerical answer, you will give the answer into 3-cent figure. And if it is an angle, then you have to give the answer into 1 decimal place of the angles in degrees. Okay, these are the few points that you need to remember, or you need to read out the instruction page. Unless a different level of accuracy is specified, if the question says give your answer into 2 decimal place, so you won't then refer to this point. If the question is explicitly say give your answer in 2 decimal place, then you have to give the answer in 2 decimal place. You won't refer to this point then. Okay. If the accuracy level is not specified, then you will refer to this point. You will give the non-exact numerical answer in 3-cent figure and the angle answer in 1 decimal place. Angle in degrees in 1 decimal place. Let's just start the paper. Since calculator are allowed, we can use the calculator for any calculation. In question number 1, part A, it says Stephen has an annual income of 21,500 in 2018. His annual income is increased to 22,790 in 2019. Calculate the percentage increase. Whenever you want to calculate the percentage increase or decrease or change in percentage, you will always have a difference in value divided by initial value, multiply by 100, since you are calculating the percentage. So what is the difference in value? Difference in value in 2019 is 22,790, and 2018 the value is 21,500. Divided by initial value. 2018 is the initial value. Since the annual income is increased from 2018 to 2019, you're going to multiply this with the 100. You're going to put this in the calculator. 22,790 minus 21,500 divided by 21,500. Multiply by 100, you'll get 6. So basically it is 6%. The change in percentage is increase in percentage is 6 over here. Then part B says Stephen invests $1,260, $1,260 in a bank. The bank pays a simple interest at a rate of 2.5% per year. Calculate the amount Stephen has in the bank at the end of 3 years. So since it is simple interest question, I'm going to remember the formula I equals to PR T upon 100. I is the interest amount that we don't know yet. What is the principal amount? 1,260, the amount that is invested. What is the rate? 2.5 is the rate per year. And time is 3 years over here. This is T. You're going to divide it by 100. After calculation, simplification, 1,260 multiplied by 2.5 multiplied by 3 divided by 100, you will get 94.5. Since they are not asking for the interest amount, they are asking about the amount that Stephen has in the bank at the end of 3 years. So at the end of 3 years, he will have the interest amount plus the amount he has invested. So the interest amount is 94.5 and the amount he has invested is 1,260. So in the bank, he is going to have 94.5 plus 1,260. He is going to have $1,354.5 in the bank after 3 years. This includes the interest amount and the principal amount, the amount that he has invested. Okay, let's start. It says Stephen changes 4,300 Indian rupees into dollars, the exchange rate is $1 is equal to 67.8 Indian rupees. So I'm going to have an exchange rate of $1 is equals to INR 67.8. He got 4,300 Indian rupees. How much dollar he will receive? Now the thing is, you're going to cross multiply this value. X multiplied by 7.8, 1 multiplied by 4,300. Now 4,300 is going to be divided by 67.8. You will have 63. The X value is 63.42. See, they are saying give your answer correct to the nearest dollar. It means you not have to give the answer after decimal. This is the last dollar value. Okay. So after 3, you're going to have 4 over here. So we're not going to round it off. We are going to say 63 is our answer. Okay. To the nearest dollar. Now in question number 2, it says the length of the rectangle of 6. A rectangle is 6 centimeter more than its width, W. So we just make a small rectangle. It says length of the rectangle is means equals to 6 more than means 6 plus. It is not 6 times. It is 6 more. So 6 more than means 6 plus its width. The width is W. The perimeter of the rectangle is 37. Okay. Let's find out the perimeter. It says form an equation in W and solve it to find out the width of the rectangle. So if you want to have an equation in W and they have given you the hint that is the rectangle perimeter that is 30 centimeter. So the perimeter of the rectangle is 2 times length plus W. So I'm just going to put the value of length that is 6 plus W so that the whole equation remains in the W form. And I'm going to put the value of P as 37. After simplification, I'll get 6 plus 2W here. I'll get 37 goes to 2 6 is 12, 2 to the 4W. 37 minus 12 is equals to 4W. So what is 37 minus 12? 37 minus 12 is going to be 25. Which is equals to 4W. And 25 divided by 4 is going to be your answer. 25 divided by 4 is a value of W, that is 6.25. Okay. First thing first, I would recommend you people to just highlight this one as well. Since this is the equation that is in the form an equation in W. So just highlight this equation that we have formed the equation in W, or you can highlight this equation as well. This is the equation in terms of W. Okay, just need to highlight that. Secondly, in part B, it says a rectangle is of 20 centimeter and 8 centimeter. So this is the small rectangle over here having 20 centimeter and 8 centimeter as a length and width. It's cut from the rectangle 28 centimeter by 15 centimeter. The length of the larger rectangle is 28 centimeter by 15 centimeter. All right. Each measurement is given correct to nearest centimeter. When it says correct to the nearest centimeter, then the only thing that comes to your mind should be the upper bound and lower bound. All right. Correct to the nearest centimeter. When it says correct to the nearest centimeter, not 10 centimeter, not 20 centimeter, just centimeter, it means correct to the nearest 1 centimeter. So calculate the upper bound for the area of the shaded region. Since they have already said calculate the upper bound, so I just directly move on to the value that should calculate the upper bound of or lower bound of these length and width. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have, since it says each measurement is correct to nearest centimeter. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write 1 centimeter divided by 2. It becomes 0.5 centimeter. So I've got the value 20 centimeter. I've got the value 8 centimeter. I'm going to add 0.5. So it becomes 20.5 upper bound. I'm going to subtract 0.5. It becomes 19.5. I'm going to add 0.5 in 8. It becomes 8.5. I'm going to subtract 0.5 in 8. It becomes 7.5. So although they are not just asking you to find out the whole, what I would say,
सर आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही।
And then I subtract 0.5. In 8, I got 0.5, 7.5 as a lower bound of the 8. Since they have not asked you to find every upper bound and lower bound, I'm just calculating it for you just for the practice purpose. I'm just calculating for you. Next thing is we have the length 28 and 15. So I'm just going to find out the upper bound, lower bound of 28 and 15. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add 0.5 in 28. I got 28.5 as a low upper bound. And subtract 0.5 in 28, I get 27.5 lower bound. I'm going to add 0.5 in 15, I get 15.5 upper bound. I want to subtract 0.5 and 15, I get lower bound 14.5. All right. So what I'm going to do, this is just for the practice purpose. I don't really need all these values, all these upper bound, lower bounds. What I need is they are saying calculate the upper bound for the area of the shaded region. See, if I ask you to find out the area of the shaded region, how we are going to find it out? This area of the shaded region. We are going to find out the area of the larger rectangle and subtract the area of the smaller rectangle. Area of large rectangle minus area of the small rectangle. Since we need to find out the area of the shaded region, upper bound, the upper bound of the area of shaded region, and it is being calculated with the help of the area of the large rectangle minus area of the small rectangle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have the upper bound of the first area and lower bound of the second area. Since they are subtracting, when you need the upper bound of the final value, and the final value is being calculated with the help of subtraction. So you need to make sure if you want the upper bound, the first value should be upper bound and the second value should be lower bound to calculate the upper bound of the final value. So the area of the rectangle, of the large rectangle, so I'm going to have the upper bound values 28.5 length and breadth is 15.5. So I'm going to write the area length into breadth, and I'm going to take the upper bound values of the length and breadth minus lower bound of the small rectangle. So small rectangle dimensions are 20 and 8. So I'm going to take the lower bound of these values, length into breadth, that is 7.5, and I'm going to have 28.5 multiplied by 15.5. I get 441.75 minus 19.5 into 7.5. It is 146.25. Going to subtract these values, 441.75. You'll get 295.5. The answer is 295.5 centimeter. All right. This is the upper bound of the area of the shaded region. Next, what you have is a problem related to trigonometry, and this says a light L is fixed on a building of 8 meters above the base or B of the building. So this is light L, 8 centimeters above the B, and it is making an angle of 90 degrees here. A point P is on the horizontal ground 12 meter from the B. This is the 12-meter distance from the B of the point P. Calculate the angle of elevation of L from P. This is the angle of elevation of L from P. So since it is making an angle of right angle triangle, it is making a right angle triangle here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply the trigonometric ratios to find out the value of angle of elevation. So 8 is going to be the opposite and 12 is going to be adjacent. So tan theta is equals to opposite over adjacent. I'm going to write tan theta is equals to 8 over 12. Then since I need to find out the angle, so I'm going to find out tan inverse 8 over 12. Tan inverse 8 over 12 is going to be 33.69. And after rounding it off, I will get 33.7 to 1 decimal place, and it is an angle. So I'm going to round it off as 1 decimal place, not 3 sigma figure, 1 decimal place. In part B, it says a ladder is placed on the ground at Q to reach the light. A ladder is placed at ground Q, at Q, to reach the light L. The ladder makes an angle of 70 degree, already shown over here. With the ground, calculate QL. So it says calculate the value of this QL. So again, we are having a right angle triangle. So 8 is going to be opposite. And QL is going to be hypotenuse. The side opposite to 90 degree and the side that makes an angle, common side that makes an angle of 70 and 90 is this adjacent. So I'm going to use what I know is opposite and what I want is hypotenuse. So in trigonometric function sine theta, trigonometric ratio sine theta, I'm going to have opposite 8 and hypotenuse QL. What is the value of theta? Theta is 70, 8 over QL. So QL is going to be 8 divided by sine 70. So I get the value of QL, that is 8.513. I'm going to convert into 3-sigma figure, 8.51. This is going to be your answer. Next, what you have is the C part. C part mein beta, they are saying a vertical pole RS of length 1.6. This is a vertical pole RS is 1.6. So meter is placed touching the horizontal ground, touching the horizontal ground. When it says touching the horizontal ground, it says vertical pole. Now these are the important word here. Vertical pole, horizontal ground. So you can make 90 degree here because with the vertical pole and horizontal ground, you have a 90 degree here. Without knowing a fact, without knowing anything, you can just radically put 90 degree here because they are saying vertical and horizontal ground. Vertical pole and horizontal ground. The light produces a shadow, TS. This is the shadow, TS. Of the pole on the horizontal ground, the LRT is a straight line. And TB is 6.5. TB is 6.5. They're asking you to calculate TS. Since you are making a small triangle that is made in the larger triangle by cutting off the larger triangle parallel to its side. Whenever you have a small triangle, and it is made by a line that is parallel to the larger triangle, right? So this RS is parallel to the LB. So obviously you can make a reference of similarity here. You can make a reference of similarity here. Now these two triangle RTS and LTB, these two triangles are similar. And since you can say these two triangles are similar, so their side ratios are going to be equal. Let's say RT over LT. Small triangle length is RT, large triangle length is LT. TS over TB and RS over LB. Over in the numerator, we are having a small triangle and denominator, we are having a large triangle. You can do the vice versa, but don't just mix it up. So I don't know value of RT. What is the value of RT? I don't know this value. I don't know the value of LT. I know the value of TS. Do I know the value of TS? No, that is what we need to find out. We know the value of TB, that is 6.5. We know the value of RS, that is 1.6. We know the value of LB, that is 8. So I'm going to use only this relationship from this equation, that TS is equal to 1.6 multiplied by 6.5 divided by 8. Right? So I'm just going to have this relationship here, and I'll get the answer 1.6 into 6.5 divided by 8. So I get the answer 1.3. The value of TS is 1.3 meter here. All right. Moving on to the next question, it is of statistics, and it says the table summarizes the time M hours that each student in air groups spend listening to music in one day. So some of the results are shown in the diagram on the histogram. The students who take 0 to 1 hours for the music, listening to music is 8 students. 1 to 1.5 hours is 10 students. 1.5 to 2 hours is P student. 2 to 2.5 hours is 14 students. 2.5 to 3.5 hours is 23 students. 3.5 to 5 hours is 18 students. And 5 to 7 hours is 12 students. Now you can easily see that we don't have the value of 1.5 to 2. This P value is unknown. And that is what they are asking you in the first question. Find the value of P. Okay, before moving on to the onto this to find out the value of P, you can see the histogram is of frequency density, not frequency. In table, we have frequency, but in histogram, we are basically plotting the frequency density. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first check, obviously, and this is obvious that their width are not going to be equal. The class interval width are not going to be equal. How do I find out this class interval width? Upper class limit minus lower class limit. Upper class minus lower class. 1 minus 0 is 1. 1.5 minus 1 is 0.5. 2 minus 1.5 is 0.5. 2.5 minus 2 is 0.5. 3.5 minus 2.5 is 1. 5 minus 3.5 is 1.5. And 7 minus 5 is going to be 2. So these are going to be the values of the width. Since all width are not equal, that's why the histogram is of frequency density. Now, how do we calculate the frequency density? The formula to find out the frequency density is frequency divided by width. What if I want to find out the frequency? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just multiply the width with the frequency density. Frequency density multiplied by width will give you frequency. Right? So this is the formula you can mold out, or you can use this formula as well. Okay. So since I know the frequency density of this class interval, I basically know the frequency density of the starting 3 classes. See, from the diagram, we can find out the frequency densities here. For the third one, we have the frequency density 30 over here. That is 30. And for the third one, I'm writing 30 over here, the frequency density from the graph. So since I want to find out the value of P, what I'm going to do, I know the frequency density, I know the frequency, I know the width. So frequency is equal to width. Width is 0.5 multiplied by frequency density. That is 30. So I'm going to have the answer 15 over here. I'm again repeating it. Frequency density multiplied by width. Frequency density multiplied by width will give you what? Frequency. The frequency over here is P. Frequency density is 30 from the diagram, and width is 0.5 from the table. So whenever I'm going to multiply it, I'll get the answer 15 over here. The value of P is 15. Now in the next part, they're saying complete the histogram. Since we have to draw all the histogram, complete the histogram here, and we have to plot all the frequency densities here. So before moving on to this frequency density thing, first I need to make sure that how much in y-axis, especially 1 tiny small box refer to. So there are 5 difference of 5 after every 10 boxes. So 5 divided by 10 is 0.5 here. So every tiny one small box is equal to 0.5. Every tiny one small box is equal to 0.5. And for x-axis, if you want to find out, for every see the difference is of 1 unit every time after every 10 small boxes. So 1 divided by 10 is going to be 0.1 here. So 1 tiny small box is equal to 0.1 in the x-axis. All right. So let's just move on. We need to plot the third one. We need to plot the third one here. From 2 to 2.5, what is the frequency density? So frequency divided by width. 14 divided by 0.5. This will give you 7 here. Sorry. 14 divided by 0.5 will give you 28. Then 23, the fourth one, 23 divided by 1 is 23. 18 divided by 1.5. I'm just calculating the frequency density. Frequency divided by width. 18 divided by 1.5, it is going to be 12. Then 12 divided by 2, frequency divided by width, 6 ho gaya. Right? So we got the frequency densities here. From 2 to 2.5, we have 28. So this is 28 over here. Is it 28? I don't think so. See, after 25, we have 6 boxes. One box is equal to 0.5. This is 26, this is 27, this is 28. For 2 to 2.5, we have 28 here. So I'm going to draw this histogram. All right, 2.5 to 3.5, it is 23. Frequency density is 23. So from 2.5 to 3.5 is 23. 23 is going to be 6 box after 20. Then 3.5 to 5 is 12. So after 10, I'm going to have 4 boxes to make it 12. And it is of 4.5 or just 5.5. Sorry, it is 5. And from 5 till 7, it is 6. 5 till 7, it is 6. 5 till 7, it is 6. So I'm going to have 2 boxes upward 5. 5 to 7 is 6. So this is the histogram that we need to plot, referring to the histogram frequency density. All right. So the table summarizes the time C hours that each student in a group of 50 students spent cooking in 1 week. So 0 to 2 hours student, there are 8 students who spent 0 to 2 hours for cooking. There are 16 students who spend 2 to 4 hours for cooking. There are 15 students who spend 4 to 6 hours in cooking. There are 7 students who spend 6 to 8 hours for cooking. And there are 4 students who spend 8 to 10 hours for cooking. So they're asking you to estimate the mean over here. The mean formula is going to be sum of fx over sum of f. So what is sum of fx? What is sum of f? So the sum of f is going to be the sum of these values, which is obviously going to be 50 here. You don't have to add all these values. So this is going to be 50. This is sum of f. Right? And what is sum of fx? So first we need to find out this is f. What is the value of x? So first I'm going to find out the value of x here. The x is the midpoint of the class interval. How you find out the midpoint? 0 plus 2 divided by 2, which is 1. 2 plus 4, 6 divided by 2 is 3. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 6 plus 8 is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 8 plus 10 is 18. 18 divided by 2 is 9. This is the x value. How you find out the value of fx? 8 into 1, f into x, 8 into 1. 16 into 3. 16 into 3, that is 48. 15 into 5, that is 45. 75, sorry. And 7 into 7, that is 49. And 4 into 9, that is 36. So I got the fx over here. And what is the sum of fx? I'm going to add all of these values. 8 plus 48 plus 75 plus 49 plus 36 divided by sum of f, that is 50. Just add all of these values. 8 plus 48 plus 75 plus 49 plus 36. It is divided by 50 here as well. So 4.32 is going to be your exact 3-cent figure, is going to be your mean over here. Now in the next part, what they are saying, draw the cumulative frequency diagram. Cumulative frequency diagram. For cumulative frequency diagram, this is the graph they have already given. Cumulative frequency is on the y-axis. So on the y-axis, we need to draw the cumulative frequency, not the frequency. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have the cumulative frequency here. What is cumulative frequency? In cumulative frequency, the first value is basically equal to the frequency over here. I'm just going to copy this same value. And the next value, the second value of the cumulative frequency is equals to the sum of the second value in the frequency and the first value of the cumulative frequency. So 16 plus 8 is going to be 24. The third value cumulative frequency is basically equals to the third value of the frequency add with the second value of the cumulative frequency. 15 plus 24 is going to be 39. The fourth value of the cumulative frequency is going to be equals to the fourth value of the frequency add with the third value of the cumulative frequency. 7 plus 39, that is going to be 46. And the fifth value of cumulative frequency is basically equal to the fifth value of the frequency add with the cumulative frequency, fourth value of the frequency, cumulative frequency. 46 plus 4 is 50. Remember this, the last value of cumulative frequency is equal to the sum of frequency, always equal to the sum of frequency. So I need to plot the cumulative frequency. The first thing we need to make sure what point I am going to plot. In points, we have the x coordinate and the y coordinate. The x coordinate is going to be the upper class limit, that is 2, and the y is going to be the cumulative frequency. Next point is going to be 4,16, the upper class limit, that is 4, and the cumulative frequency is 16. Next point is going to be the 6, the upper class limit, and the y value is going to be cumulative frequency. Then we have upper class limit 8, the y value is going to be 46. Then we have the upper class limit 10, then we have the y value of cumulative frequency, that is 50. So we need to plot all of these points. Let's just copy out these points so that it makes easier for us to draw the cumulative frequency diagram. Okay. It is not copied. All right, so we have these values, these points. So before moving on to plotting this point, we need to make sure that we do understand the graph scale, that after every 10 tiny small box, we have 10 in the y values. So 10 divided by 10 is going to be 1. 1 tiny small box equals to 1 unit in the y. And in the x-axis, after every 2 unit distance, we have 10 small boxes. 2 divided by 10 is going to be 0.2 units. Okay, we need to make sure that we know this scaling over here. Okay, so now plotting these values, 2,8. 2,8 is going to be here. 2,8 is going to be here. 1 tiny small box is equals to 1 unit in the y-axis. So just below the 2 boxes 10, we have 8. Then we have 4,16. Just below the 4 boxes below the 20, it's 4,16. All right, then it says 6,39. 6,39 is going to be just 1 box below the 40. Is we have 6,39. Then we have 8,46. Just below the 4.50, we have 46 here, and then we have 10,50, the very last point. Now you can use the rough hand sketching. You can use the pencil, just hold up at the back of the pencil. You'll have a graph like this. Since, okay, I'm just making a graph with the help of this. You can just draw the graph like this. Let's make a graph. And then you can join the point with the 0,0, because frequency is going to be 0 at x equal to 0. Now this doesn't look a neat and tidy graph. I know this is 4, it doesn't look tidy. It doesn't look a proper curve. So just because of my software, let me just do 4, I know there's a mistake. It is 4,16, not 16, it is 4,24. So I got the mistake here, 4,24. It is 4,24. So it is 4,24. The point is not going to be here. 24 is going to be here. Right, so I just move this point here. Now we can see a tidy graph, a much tidy graph here. Right, so, and the first value is 2,8. Yeah, that's right. So let's just make a graph like this. A much tidy graph, a much better graph than before. Right, so we have, this is the cumulative frequency curve. Next, what do you have? It says use the cumulative frequency diagram to find an estimate of the median. How do you calculate the median? Median is basically first find a position. Total frequency is 50 divided by 2. You got 25. Now you just put out the value of, find out the value of 25. This is 25. Just find out the value against 25. Now this value over here is basically between 4 and 4.2. Each tiny small box of x-axis is equal to 0.2. So this is the value between 4 and 4.2. This is 4.2. This is 4. So you can write 4.1 as your answer. 4.1 is your answer for the median. All right. Now, in question number 5, it says solve the simultaneous equation. In simultaneous equation, we have, I'm using substitution method. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make any number from the equation number 1. I'm just writing out, this is equation number 1, this is equation number 2. I'm going to make any variable as a subject. Let's just make x as a subject. So I got 11 plus 4y upon 2. 11 plus 4y upon 2 is going to be the x as a subject. Once you got x as a subject, this is the third equation. I'm saying this is the third equation. I'm going to put this equation value of x in the second equation. Since I got this value from equation 1, I'm going to put it in the second equation. In equation number 2, we have 3x plus 3y is equal to 6. Is equal to minus 6. All right. I'm going to just put it the value over here. I just put the value of x here to this value. Now I'm going to multiply this 3 with the 11 and 4, not with the 2. The 3 is going to be multiplied with the 11 and 4. It becomes 33 plus 3 4 are 12y, not with the 2. It is only going to be multiplied with the numerator. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the LCM on the left hand side. It becomes 33 plus 12y plus 2 is 6y upon 2. How I get the 6y? By taking the LCM. We have 1 in the denominator of 3y. So 2 and 1 LCM is 2. 1 multiplied by 2 is 2. 3y multiplied by 2 is 6. So I got 6y over here. After, now I'm going to multiply this, cross multiply this 2 with the minus 6. 2y plus 6y is 18y plus 33 and 2 multiplied by minus 6. So I got 18y plus 33. 2 6 are 12. Minus 12 minus 33. What is minus 12 minus 33? It is minus 45. So I got the value of 18 of y minus 45 upon 18. Minus 45 upon 18, the value is minus 5 by 2. So I got the value of y, that is minus 5 by 2. Now I'm going to put this value of y in equation number 3. That is x is equal to 11 plus 4y upon 2. So I'm going to put the value of y over here, minus 5 by 2. All right. Now make sure that this 4 is again not multiplying with the 2. It is basically, I'm just writing at 4 into minus 5 by 2. So I'm just writing like this so that you can have a clear vision. Now you can see this 4 is multiplying with the minus 5 by 2. You can just cancel it out. 2 1s are 2, 2 to the 4. So I got the value of x, 11, 2 5 the minus 10 upon 2. This 2 is of this one. The numerator 2 is cancelled. So I got the value of x here, 11 minus 10 is 1 by 2. So I got the value of x 1 by 2. So I got the value of x 1 by 2 and value of y minus 5 by 2 here. All right. Now it says we have the quadratic equation. Solve the equation 2x square equals to 3 into 8 minus x. Show all your working and give your answer correct to 2 decimal place. First, you need to find out 2x square, 8 is 24. You need to just multiply these values. 3 multiply by x, 3x. 2x square plus 3x minus 24 is equal to 0. I just simplified this quadratic equation and I got the value. Now I know if I want to find out the answer in 2 decimal place. Always remember, if you want to find out the answer in 2 decimal place, make sure that you're doing with the help of quadratic formula. Don't waste your time in middle term breaking. Just move directly to the quadratic formula to find out the value of x. That is the minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So I got the value of a, which is 2. I got the value of b, that is 3. I got the value of c, that is minus 24. The coefficient of x square is the value of a. The coefficient of x along with the sign is the value of b. The coefficient of constant term along with the sign is value of c. I'm going to put up these values. I got the value of x minus b plus minus under root b square. A value is 2, c value is minus 24 upon 2a. Value of a is 2. I got the value of x, that is minus 3. 3 square is 9, 4 2s are 8. 8 multiplied by 24 is going to be 192 upon 4. 9 plus 192, I got 201. So I got the value of x minus 3 plus minus under root 201 upon 4. Now I need to separate these values with plus minus. Okay, I'll get the value of x is equals to minus 3 plus 201 upon 4. X equals to minus 3 minus 201 upon 4. Now I'll get the value minus 3 plus under root 201 upon 4. It is it is 2.794, and minus 3 minus 201 upon 4, it is minus 4.294. So after rounding off to 2 decimal place, I'll get 2.79. I get minus 4.29. All right, so these are the values correct to 2 decimal place. Now, in part C, it says h is inversely proportional to the cube of g. When it says h is inversely, this is the variation question. H is inversely proportional. This is the proportional sign. And since it is inversely, so I'm going to put 1 upon. 1 upon what? Cube of g. So this is cube of g. I'm going to remove the proportional sign. I'll get the value of equals to and constant k upon g cube. Now they are asking for the find the formula h in terms of g. But we have h in terms of k and g. We have k as well in h value. So I'm going to find out the value of k with the help of the values given over here. H is 4.5 and k and g is 2. So 2 cube is 8. 8 multiplied by 4.5 is the value of k, which is 36. So I'm going to have the value of k, that is 36. So after having the value of k, I'm going to update this equation. So it become h is equals to 36 upon g cube. Once you got the value of h in terms of g, this is the formula that you need to find out. So I'm just going to put it over here. H is equal to 36 upon g cube. Now it says find the value of g when h is 32 by 3. H is equals to 36 upon g cube. So when h is 32 by 3, they are asking for the value of g cube. So I'm going to cross multiply these values. 32 multiplied by g cube, 36 multiplied by 3. The value of g cube is equal to 36 multiplied by 3 divided by 32. So 36 multiplied by 3 divided by 32 is going to be 27 upon 8. The value of g cube is 27 upon 8. Now I'm taking the cube root here. The cube root over here is g value is 3 by 2. The value of g is going to be 3 by 2. Right? So I got the value of g, that is 3 by 2. Now we have question number 6. All right. So we have question number 6 part A, that is the probability question. 2 of these cards, there are 5 cards, 5, 2, 4, and 4, 6, and 3. 2 of the cards are chosen at random. They are placed next to each other to give a 2-digit number. When say they are placed next to each other, it means it is a without replacement case. It is not mentioned that it's a without replacement case, but the scenario over here, they are placed next to each other. So once you pick the card, the second card is going to place next to the first card. So it means we are not putting the first card back to the bag. So it is a without replacement case. First, we need to understand with the help of scenario, we need to understand this is a without replacement case. All right. Second thing, find the probability that the 2-digit number is less than 30. So the two-digit number, they are making a two-digit number, it should be less than 30. So if you want to find out the number that should be less than 30, the two-digit number that is less than 30. So we can have the first option over here. The first option over here would be just 2 here. So you wanted to make a number less than 30 from these cards. We can only have 2 in the first position. Only in this way we can have a number less than 30. If we have 3 in the first position, we'll definitely have the number greater than 30 over here. So first we need to make sure what are the options for the first position. For the first position, we have only one option, that is 2. So I'm going to have the probability of 2, that is 1 by 5. Once we have put the value of 2 over here, once you have put the card 2 here, now the leftover cards are going to be 4 cards. Right? The four cards over here could be anyone, 5, 4, 6, 3. It will make 5, 4, 6, 3. It will definitely make the number less than 30. Either you have 5, either you have 4, either you have 6, either you have 3. It will make 25, 24, 26, 23. So all the numbers are greater less than 30. So you're going to have the value 4 by 4. All 4 cards are acceptable out of 4 cards. So the answer is going to be 1 by 5. 1 by 5 is 0.2, or you can just write 1 by 5. All right. List all possible two-digit numbers that are prime number. Okay. From these cards, list all the numbers that are prime numbers. Okay. So first we need to plot all these numbers. Let's say what is the process? What is the process to do this? First, let's just find out 5, 2, 5, 4, 5, 6, and 5, 3. So we got 4 numbers, 52, 54, 56, and 53. Only 53 is the prime number. 52 is divisible by 2, 54 is divisible by 2, 56 is divisible by 2. All right. Now let's do the process again. What is the process? Let's do the process again. You get 25, 24, 26, and 23. Only number 23 is going to be the prime number. All right. Let's do that process again. We get 42. No, this is not a prime number. 45. No, this is not a prime number. 46. No, this is not a prime number. 43. Is this a prime number? Yes, this is the prime number. So I'm going to write 43. We can do the process again. 64, 62, 65, 63. None of these are prime numbers. All right. Let's do this process again. 36, 34, 32, 35. None of these are prime numbers. So we have got 3 prime numbers, 23, 43, and 53. We'll just list down all these prime numbers. Find the probability that two-digit number is a multiple of 4. In the third part says find out the probability that a two-digit number is a multiple of 4. Okay. In order to make a multiple of 4, in order to make a number multiple of 4, let's do the possibilities here. Right? In the part 3. We can have, see, if you want to have a multiple of 4, you're going to have the last, from the 2-digit, you can have 52 over here as well. 52 is a multiple of 4. So if you put 5 over here and 2 over here, you'll get a multiple of 4. 52 is divided by 52 comes in the table of 52 is a multiple of 4. Right? 4 13s are 52. Okay. What are the other outcomes we can have? What are the other outcomes? We can have 24 outcome as a multiple of 4. Right? We can have 32 as a multiple of 4. Right? Is there any other outcome that you feel like it is a multiple of 4? Any other outcome that you feel like is a multiple of 4 here? So we can have few more from the 5. Let's just write it down. 56 is a multiple of 4. We have 5 and 6, right? We can have 52. We have 24, 32. We have 36 as well. I'm just writing out 36. And we can have 64 as well. So these are the all outcomes that are the multiple of 4. The two-digit number that are multiple of 4. So I just got all the outcomes here. So there are 6 outcomes here. Okay, let's just find out the probability of the first outcome. The probability of having a 5 is 1 by 5. The probability of having 2 is 4 by, 2 is 1 by 4. So the answer is going to be 1 by 20. Now each and every probability, all of these 6 probabilities are going to be same. All of the 6 is going to be same. See, if you want to find out the probability of 5 is 1 by 5, the probability of 6 is 1 by 4. You get 1 by 20. So all of these will have the same answer. All of this will have the same answer, that is 1 by 20. So we can also do 6 multiplied by 1 by 20. All right, so we can have 6 times 1 by 20. So 6 times 1 by 20, 6 divided by 20 is going to be 0.3. The answer is going to be 0.3 or 3 by 10. All right, the answer is 0.3. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. It says, Rowan throws a dice. This says Rowan throws a dice 200 times. The bar shown in the card, the bar chart shows his result. Use bar chart to complete the table of the following result. Okay, so we have this bar chart. We need to have a proper understanding of this bar chart here in order to complete the table. Okay, so let's just have this full understanding that against 4, what we have the value. So we have, see, we have 10 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Between 30 and 40, between the 10 values, between the difference of 10 values. So it means 4 is between, after 30, we have 5 boxes. So 4 value is going to be 35 here. The 5 value is 22 here. The 6 value is going to be 38 here. Before 40, we have 2 boxes before 40. It is going to be 38. Okay, so we have first fill up the civil. We got 1 mark for this. Using Rowan result, find the relative frequency that he threw a number less than 3. Okay, we need to find out the relative frequency. Relative frequency is exactly the calculation that we do in the probability. Less than 3 frequency. What are the number less than 3? These are the number less than 3. What are the frequencies? 46, 31 plus 28. So relative frequency, when he threw a number less than 3 is going to be the sum of the frequencies that are less than 3. Number on dice is less than 3. The frequency is going to 46, 31, and 28. And the total frequency over here is going to be the sum of all these frequencies, that is 200. So over here we have 200. So 46 plus 31 plus 28 divided by 200, you get the value 21 by 40. All right. (46 plus 31 plus 28 is 75. Sorry, I got a different answer. 75. Again, I got a mistake. I got 46 plus 31 plus 28. It is 105. Okay. First thing first, there was one more thing. It says less than 3. Since it says less than 3, so we're going to just have the values 46 plus 31. We're not going to have the value 28 here. Right? So 46 plus 31 is going to be 77. So 77 upon 200. The value is 0.385. After simplification, we get 77 upon 200. Yeah, that is the final answer. Right? So less than 3, we have only 3 values. 2 values less than 3. That is 1 and 2. So I'm going to add the frequencies 46 and 31 divided by 200. Now it says, Rowan says the dice has thrown is not fair. Make 2 comments to explain why the dice may not be fair. So, okay. So it says, they're saying, justify this thing that Rowan says the dice has thrown is not a fair dice. Dice they are throwing is not a fair dice. Make 2 comments. You have to make 2 comments on this. 1 mark for each comment. See, the first comment would be like this, that you can say the probability of every event should be same. The probability of every event should be same. For example, the probability of 1, let's just find out the probability of 1. That is 46 by 200. And the probability of 2, that is 31 by 200. So you know this, that the value is 46 by 20, 200 is greater than the value of 31 by 200. The probability is greater than. They are not equal. And they should be equals to 1 by 6. They are not equal. This 46 by 200 is greater than 31. And secondly, they are not equal to 31. They are not equal to 1 by 6. They are not equals to 1 by 6. They are not equals to 1 by 6. They should be equal to 1 by 6. Why equal to 1 by 6? Because the probability of having 1 in a dice is 1 by 6. So every time you do the probability, every time you should have the probability 1 by 6. But over here, the probability of 1 is 46 by 200. That is not 1 by 6. The probability of 2 is 31 by 200. That is not 1 by 6. All right. So they're not equal to 1 by 6. That's why the dice is not fair, because every value should have the equal probability. In order to have a fair dice, every value should have the equal probability, equal chance. Since they're not equals to each other and they're not equals to 1 by 6 as well, so we are saying that this dice is not fair. Now the second comment. What is the second comment? Second comment is that the sample is too large. See, we are throwing a dice 200 times. 200 times. Sample is too large sample. See, the more you have the last sample, the more you have the last sample over here, more you can have the deflection in the values. Maybe you have the 1 more time and 2 less than 1. Maybe you have 3 more than 2 and 1. Maybe you have 4 more times than 1, 2, and 3. So you have the last sample over here. That's why the probability are not going to match over here. We are not going to say that the large sample will give the exact value. The more last sample, it will more make a deflection in the values. Okay. So the first thing that you are making a comment is the polarity are not equal and are not equal to 1 by 6. They should be equal. They should have equal chances in order to have the fair dice. And over here, the second thing is the sample is too large. Since the sample is too large, it can deflect the values. So we have 200 times over here the value. So the second point is going to be the last sample. In the next thing, we have the seventh question. Second question is of graph of function. It says the tables comes some values. The table shows some values y equal to 4 to the power x. So just put the value of in the calculator 4 to the power 0 and then find out the value of y. 4 to the power 1, you get the 4 to the power 0.5, you get the value of second value. So 4 to the power 0 is 1. 4 to the power 0.5 is 2. Right? So you got the values over here. You just completed the table. You got 1 mark for this. Draw the graph. They have already given the scale over here. They have given the scale for in the x-axis. You can see the difference of 1 unit makes 20 boxes. So 1 divided by 20. So 1 divided by 20 is basically equals to 0.05. Each tiny small box is equal to 0.05. All right. So in y-axis, we have the difference of 10 after every 10 boxes. So we have 0 and 1. So I'm just plotting the value of 0 and 1. 1 is going to be here because 1 tiny small box is equal to 1 unit in the y-axis. We have 0.5 and 2. So we are going to have 0.5 over here. This is 2. 0.5 is going to be here between 0 and 1, obviously. We have 1 and 4. Okay, let's plot out 1 and 4. Then we have 1.5 and 8. So 1.5 and 8 is going to be here. 1.5 is between 1 and 2, and 8 is just right below the 10, 2 boxes below the 10. Then we have 2 and 16. Then we have 2.5 and 32. Then we have 3 and 64. So this is the exponential graph, 3 and 64. You know the structure of the exponential graph. The exponential graph with the positive power is going to be like this, right? I'm just going to draw this. So I got the software, so I can just easily move with the values. Definitely not good. So this is the exponential graph that I'm going to have. Just put it over here. Okay, so this is the exponential graph. Now it says by drawing a tangent, estimate the gradient of the curve when x is equals to 2. When is x is equals to 2? X is equals to 2 over here. Right? So this is a clear point. We are going to make the tangent here. You're going to make the tangent with the help of scale. This is the tangent over here. And this point is basically 2 comma 16 here. So we got 1 point. In order to find out the tangent, we got 2 comma 16. We got one more point. We should have one more point. Let's just find out one more point. That is the exact point. That should be the exact point to find out the value. Let's just point any value. Let's just make the point that is more you think is the exact point. I believe I should have let's say this point. Okay, this point is, or you should have this point, 3.5, 2.5. Any point that you need, any point that you think is the right thing to do. This is any point. You can have this point as well. See, this is the most accurate point that we are having. It is 1.5. The value of x is 1.5. The value of y is 6. This is 1.5 comma 6. Now with the help of this formula, y2 minus 7, 16 minus 6 divided by 2 minus 1.5. See, you'll get the answer of the gradient. 16 minus 10, 6 is 10. 10 divided by 0.5, that is going to be 20. The gradient is 20 over here. Now, let's just move on to the question. It says the solution of the equation 3 power 4x plus ax plus b can be found from the point of intersection y equal to 4 power x, y equal to 20x minus 12. Find the value of a and b. It says, see, this is the equation over here that can find a point of intersection. The solution of this equation can be found from the point of intersection. So this equation will give the point of intersection of the two graphs, y equal to 4 power x and y equal to 20x minus 12. All right, I said okay. It says find the value of a and b. I said I can also find out the value of x. I can also find out the value of point of intersection by solving these two equations. How would you solve this equation? I just write y equals to 4 power x is equals to 20x minus 12. I just substitute the value of y over here. So I got 4 power x minus 20x plus 12 here. All right. Now they have this equation which gives the value of x. We have this equation which gives the value of x over here. All right. But they both are resembling to each other, but the known value is not exactly resembling to each other. See, we have 3 into 4 power x over here. We have just 4 power x over here. So in order to resemble these values, we can just do one more thing. We can just multiply this whole equation with 3. So what we'll get 3 into 4 power x. Since we are multiplying on the left hand side and on the right hand side as well, so there is no objection in this since we are multiplying on both sides. 3 multiplied by 20 is 60x. 3 multiplied by 12 is 36 over here. Equal to 0. Now the known value of this equation and this equation are resembling to each other. The first term is the known value here. They are exactly the same. So we can compare the second value, the coefficient of x, that is minus 60, with plus a. The value of a is minus 60. The value of b is 36. We got the value of b is 36. Right? Now then it says, by drawing a line y equal to 20x minus 12 on the grid opposite, find all the solution of this equation. So in order to find out the solution of this equation, they are saying plot this line. This line and this graph, which we have already drawn over here, is the point of intersection of these two graphs will give the point of intersection, the solution of this equation. So what they are saying, by drawing a line on the grid opposite, find all the solutions of this equation. To find out the solution of this equation, we need to find out the point of intersection of this line and this graph y equal to 4 power x. So y equal to 20x minus 12. So in order to draw the line, we need to have 2 points. Just put the value of x 0. You have y value minus 12. Just put the value of x is 2. You have the y value as any value that you can put any value, x value 1 as well, x value 2 as well. You have the y value and you put the value of x value 2, 2 to the 2 20s are 20, 40, 40 minus 12 is going to be equals to 28. So you got 2 points here. 0, 12. It is not minus 12, it is 12. Sorry, it is minus 12. So we cannot plot the minus 12 here. Y value minus 12 is not acceptable here. So what we are going to do, let's have another value when x value is 1. X value is 1. You have 20 into 1 minus 12. 20 minus 12 is going to be 8. So this is the point 1, 8. We can easily plot this point 1, 8. Let's just plot this point. Have another color 1, 8. 1, 8 is going to be here. And what do you have the next value? 2, 28. 2, 28 is going to be here. So you're going to plot this value with the help of the scale. Okay, so we got 2 point of intersection here. Just 2 point of intersection here. This is the point of intersection. This is the point of intersection. What are the values? The value over here. The value over here. See, one tiny small box is equal to 0.05 in the x-axis. So this is 0.6. This is 0.87. This is 0.8. This is 0.75. So I'm just putting up the value here. 0.6, 0.7, 0.8. This over here is 0.75. This over here is 0.75. So value is basically line between 0.75 and 0.7. So you can just take the mean of this value, 0.7 plus 0.75 divided by 2, you'll get the value 0.725. All right. So you'll just get the value of 0.725. The first value is 0.725. All right. Okay. Next value is this one. This one look more exact value. This is 2.6. This is 2.7. This is 2.8. The value between 2.7 and 2.8 is 2.75. This is 2.75. So I'm just putting up the value 2.75 here. So I got 2 values here and 3 marks. Here's the sketch of the quadratic equation. The curve has maximum value P and Q. Find the value of P and the value of Q. All right. So this is the equation of the quadratic equation. curve of the quadratic curve, sketch of the quadratic function. They are asking for the maximum value over here, P and Q. Always remember the x coordinate of the maximum or minimum value is going to be the midpoint of the x-intercept for like -2 plus 4 upon 2. That is going to be the value of P. -2 plus 4 is 2, 2 upon 2 is 1. The value of P is going to be 1 here. The x value is going to be 1 here. So the value of P is going to be 1 here. So I got the value of P. Now for the value of Q, I need to put some values over here. I need to focus on the sum of the values. See, since we have the x-intercept here, x equal to 4, x equal to -2. So let's say x is equal to 4 and x is equal to -2 here. Now let's find out the equation with the help of these x values. First, we are going to do x minus 4 equal to 0. We're going to have x plus 2 equal to 0. I'm doing the reverse process of the solution of the quadratic equation. Now I'm going to multiply these values. X minus 4 multiplied by x plus 2. The left hand side multiply with the left hand side, right hand side with the right hand side. 0 with 0 is 0. X multiplied by x, x square. X multiplied by 2 is 2x. Minus 4 multiplied by x, minus 4x. Minus 4 multiplied by -2 is -8 is equal to 0. So this what we have is the quadratic equation, which they have already factorized to find out the value of x. And instead of 0, I can write the value, I can write y over here. So this is the quadratic equation that we need. But wait, this quadratic equation have the coefficient of x square positive. So it means we are going to have the happy face, but this one is a sad face. So there's a confliction between the equation and the curve. This one has the, if you put the value of x0, you'll have the y-intercept -8. Over here, the y-intercept is 8. So there is one more confliction between the equation and the curve drawn above over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put the value 0 here right now. I'm going to multiply this whole equation with the minus sign. Whole equation with the minus sign. Minus multiplied by x square, minus x square, minus multiplied by -2x become plus 2x, minus multiplied by -8 become plus 8. Now if I put the value, now if I get x square minus x square plus 2x plus 8 is equal to y. Now we have the coefficient of x square negative, which refers to the sad face. Now we have the y-intercept. If we put the value of x equal to 0, we have the y-intercept 8 over here. So it means this equation refer to this curve now. Now since we need to find out the value of q, at q the value of x is 1, the value of p is 1. So I'm just going to put the value of this point. The value of x is 1 over here. The value of x is 1 over here. The value of y is going to be q here. So minus 1 square is 1, 2 ones are 2, plus 8 is the value of q. 8 plus 2, 10, 10 minus 1 is 9. So we have the value of q, that is 9. The value of p is 1. The q value is 9 here. So we need to find out the quadratic equation with the help of reverse process. And that's what we did. And we just move the configuration that we were having during this making of the quadratic equation. Next, we have a birthday cake is in the shape of cylinder. We have the birthday cake in shape of cylinder. It says there are 2 layers of the cake and one layer of icing. Okay. Each layer of cake has radius 10 centimeter, height 3 centimeter. The icing between the 2 layers of cake has radius 10 centimeter and height 12 millimeter. Okay. Calculate the volume of the icing in the birthday cake. Give your answer in centimeter cubes. Just need to find out the volume of the icing over here. So icing part is also a cylinder over here. So what we are going to do, we are going to just write down the cylinder formula, volume pi r square h. The radius is in centimeter, the height is in millimeter. So just convert the height in millimeter into centimeter, that is 1.2 centimeter. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to find out the volume, which is pi multiplied by r. R is 10 centimeter square, height is 1.2 centimeter. I'm going to put up the values over here in the calculator. Pi into 100 into 1.2, I get 376.99. And into 3 sigma figure, it is 377. The top of the curve surface area of the birthday cake are now covered with chocolate calculate the area of the birthday cake that is covered with chocolate. Okay. Now this portion over here is covered with the chocolate. This top covered, right? And the curved surface area. This whole is covered with the chocolate. So if you want to find out the curved surface area and the top surface area is going to be pi r square. And the curved surface area is going to be 2 pi r h. Okay, top is circle, it is going to be pi r square. And the curved surface area is going to be equals to 2 pi r h. The radius value is 10 of the top surface. The curved surface area has the radius value again 10. The height is going to be 1.2 plus 3 plus 3. The height is 3 plus 3, 6 plus 1.2, that is 7.2 centimeter. Now you're going to put these values in the calculator. Pi r square, pi into 100 and plus 2 pi into 10 into 7.2. It is 766.54. So we'll get the answer 767 here, centimeter square. Okay, I've just given the answer in 3 single figures. Now we have, Anil has a slice of chocolate covered birthday cake. Chocolate covered birthday cake. His slice is a prism of height 7.5. The top of the cake is a sector radius 10.3 centimeter and the angle is x. Calculate the volume of the slice. The volume of the slice is 200 centimeter cube. Find the value of x. Okay. So since the volume of the slice is given, so we have got the hint over here. The volume of the slice, what we know is when we have the prism, the constant cross section area is the sector. This sector is a cross section area which is constant throughout. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have the volume. Volume of the prism is cross section area into height. So cross section area is basically the sector area over here. This is the sector area that is in the top. Sector area formula is theta upon 360. The value of theta is x upon 360 multiplied by pi r square. The value of r is going to be 10.3. That is written over here. You got the cross section area. Multiplied by height is 7.5. Volume over here is given as 200 centimeter cube. Now only thing left over here is x over here. So what are we going to do? We are going to just cross multiply this value is 200 multiplied by 360 divided by pi into 10.3 whole square into 7.5. You'll get the value of x. You got 28.80. So since this is the angle, I'm giving the answer in one decimal place. 28.8 is going to be your final answer here, the value of x. All right. Now we have question number 9. It says EMF and GLNH are parallel lines. LM is equal to LN and GLM is 126. Find FMN. Give your answer for each step of your working. They are asking for FMN. What is FMN? This is FMN. Right? They are asking for this angle. First, we need to find out, let's say, what is MLN, this angle. Let's just find out this angle, MLN. This is 180 minus 126, that is equals to 180 minus 126, that is equal to 54, angle in a line. We are giving reason. Okay, now what are these angles? What are these angles? Okay, so the value of, let's just find out M and L. Although M and L is equals to LM and N. Since this is an isosceles triangle, so 180 minus 54 divided by 2. So 180 minus 54 divided by 2 will get the answer 63. So you're going to write the reason isosceles triangle. going to write a reason, isosceles triangle. Then we are saying the value of FMN is equals to the value of LNM. Since this make a Z alternate angles, this is going to be equals to M and L. This angle, that is 63. And you're going to get the reason alternate angles. All right. So this is the reason of FMN, that is 63 here. Then what we have is part B. In part B, it says find terms of X and Y. This is the tough question. Find terms of X and Y, the expression in terms of X and Y for DBC angle. Okay. So A, B, C, D are the points on the circumference of the circle. O, BD and AC intersect at E, and BC is the diameter. So this is the main information. BC is the diameter. This is the most important information here. It says find an expression of DBC. What is DBC in terms of X and Y? DBC. They want to find out this angle, DBC. They're asking you to find out this angle in terms of X or Y. So what you can see over here, see we have two radius over here. And both of these radius are basically joining at the circumference at the back side of this center of the angle of at the center. These both angle are over here. So angle at center is twice the angle at circumference. So at the angle at circumference is basically half the angle at center. So you got the value of DBC, that is y by 2. That is y by 2. Angle at center is y. Angle at circumference is going to be y by 2. Then it says find the angle of ABD. Where is ABD? Let's just find out this ABD. Let's just. This is y by 2. What is ABD? ABD. ABD, this angle. This angle is ABD. Right? So you can see in the angle ABD, this is the chord. AD is the chord that makes segments over here. So we can say the same angle is over C as well. The same chord is making an angle at circumference at C as well. Right? So both of these angles are going to be equal with the help of angle in the same segment. So this is also going to be X angle in the same segment here. Now what is AED? This angle AED. What is AED? Now this one is a bit tough. We need to find out this angle AED in terms of X and Y. First thing first, we need to realize, let's just make this angle इस क्वेश्चन का सबसे इजी सॉल्यूशन क्या है? इस क्वेश्चन का सबसे इजी सॉल्यूशन ये है कि सबसे पहले तो आप ये अंडरस्टैंड कर लें, सबसे पहले तो आप ये अंडरस्टैंड कर लें कि ये हमारे पास देखो बेटा, ये तो हो गया y by 2 and this is x. So this over here makes a right angle triangle. This makes a right angle triangle here. This is 90 over here. Okay. So now since we know this is 90 over here, can we make a triangle here? Yes, we can make a triangle here. What this angle is going to be? So sum of the angle of the triangle is 180 plus 90 plus x plus this angle. I'm finding out this angle over here, this angle. So 180 minus 90 minus x. So it's going to be 180 minus 90 is 90, 90 minus x. This angle over here is 90 minus x. This. If this is 90 minus x, what this angle is going to be, which we need to find out. Now, this one is the angle that we need to find out, the angle AED. So this is the angle in a line. So 180 minus this angle, it will give you AED. So AED is equals to 180 minus 90 minus x. So 180 minus 90 is 90 minus plus x minus minus plus x. So this is going to be 90 plus x. So answer of AED is going to be 90 plus x. What is BDA angle? What is BDA angle? BDA angle. They're asking about this angle. Okay. They're asking about this angle. Now let's just dub this one out. I'm just writing down the angle again. This one is y by 2. This one is x. This one is 90. What if I ask you what is this angle? Sir, we need to find out this angle. AED. BDA, sorry. But we are finding out this value. How we can find out this value? We can find out this value 180 minus sum of the interior angle of the triangle is 180. 180 minus 90 minus x minus y by 2. This makes the angle of 180 degree. 180 minus 90 minus x minus y by 2 will give this angle. So what is this answer? 180 minus 90 is going to be 90. 90 minus x minus y by 2. So since you have this chord over here, and this chord makes an angle at circumference over here, the same angle is going to be equal to at this angle. See, the same thing is going to be over here. Angle in the same segment. So angle at BDA is 90 minus x minus y by 2. 90 minus x minus y by 2. So this one is a pretty tough question to find out the value of BDA angle. Now we have this last question, second last question, that is of 10th question. 10th question is say show that EF is equals to 10.5. We have this pyramid. We have the volume of the pyramid written over here. AD is 10. This AD is 10. This EC is 12. DC is 6. And the length of this is 12. They have already said few things over here. Show that EF is, this EF is 10.5. They are asking for this height of the pyramid. All right. Correct to one decimal place. They are asking for the height correct to one decimal place should be equal to 10.5. All right. So what I did, I said, okay, in the base, we have a rectangle here. It is a rectangular base pyramid. Okay. So this one is the hypotenuse. Okay. Let's just find out this value of hypotenuse. The value of AC square is going to be equals to 10 square plus 6 square. Right? The square of the legs and the sum. It is going to be 136. The value of AC is going to be under 136. If I divide it by 2, under root 136 divided by 2, I'll get the answer root 34. Now, why I'm dividing it by 2? I'll get a value of, you can say, AF or FC, or FC 136 divided by 2. I'll get the value of AF, that is under 34. Or you can say FC as well. Now you have the value of FC. You have the value of this EC. And this is making an angle of 90 degrees. So it can have one more right angle triangle here, the one with the green shading. This is a right angle triangle here. So you can use the right angle triangle property here, Pythagoras theorem, that 12 square, if you need to find out EF. So 12 square is basically equals to FC square. FC value is 134 square plus EF square. So 12 square is 144, 34 plus EF square. So 144 minus 34 is going to be 110. After taking square root, I'll get the value of 110. That is 10.48. And into one decimal base, it is EF is equals to 10.5 centimeter. I got the value in 2 decimal place first, then I put it in the 1 decimal place. Find the volume of the pyramid. The volume of the pyramid is basically 1/3 base area into height. Now this is the formula that is written in the question as well. Now 1/3 base area. What is the base area? Rectangle area, 10 into 6. Rectangle is the base. Height is 10.5 that you just calculated. Now put up these values. 1/3 into 60 into 10.5. We got the value 210 centimeter cube. All right. So we got the volume of this 210 exact volume. Then it says calculate the value of DEC. What is DEC? Right. DEC. They are basically asking you for the angle this over here. Since all these strings are equal, this is 12, this is 12, and this is 6. We have a non-identical triangle and we need to find, we have all the sides. We have all the sides here. And why all these strings are equal? This 12, this is also 12. Why? These are equal. This is a rectangular base pyramid, and this E is just right above the middle of this rectangle, perpendicular to the F over here. So all lengths are going to be equal then. Now we have the non-identical triangle and we need to find out the angle over here. We have got all the sides. We can use the cosine rule. We can use the cosine rule as cos DEC is equals to 12 square plus 12 square, the square of the adjacent side minus opposite side square, divided by 2 into 12 into 12. Now whatever answer you got, just take out the cos inverse of this value. The angle DEC is going to be equals to cos inverse 12 square plus 12 square minus 6 square upon 2 into 12 into 12. So I got the value 28.95. I got the direct answer. I just got the direct answer DEC 28 point. So it is going to be 29.90. 29.0. So I got the answer in 3 sign figure 29.0. You need to write down 0.0 as well for the 3 sign figures. So I'm just copying down over here. Copy paste. All right. It says find the area of the triangle DEC. Right? We need to find out the area of this triangle DEC. So since we have got the angle 28.95, this is angle 28.95. In order to find out the area, half product of two sides, adjacent sides, and sine of the angle between them, 28.95. I'm just going to put the value to 1/2 into 12 into 12 into sine 28.95 is 34. This is the area of the triangle, that is 34.85. Up to 3 sign figure, it is 34.9 centimeters. So I got the area 34.9. Okay. Now we have this question by 11. In question by 11, they are asking you describe the fully single transformation that maps A onto B. So from A to B, you can check it out that it is not enlargement. The size of the shape is not changing. The size of the shape is not changing from A to B. From A to B. Secondly, we have translation. Translation does not change the dimension of the triangle. So this is pointed upward, this is pointed downward. Now the next thing we have rotation and reflection. So this is not rotation over here. Since if you rotate this triangle 90 degree, let's say 90 degree clockwise, anti-clockwise, you'll get a triangle like this. You'll get a triangle like this. If you anti-clockwise, if you rotate the triangle anti-clockwise, get a triangle like this. Right? This is pointed down left side, this is pointed left side. Pointed right side, left side. And if you rotate the triangle 90 degree, 180 degree, then the triangle is going to be like this. The point left side pointed direction will become right side pointed direction, upward become downward. So upward is becoming downward, but this is a left side pointed direction, and this one is the right side pointed direction. The slant lines over here is on the left hand side, and the slant lines over here is on the right hand side. So this is 180-degree rotation, but this is not the case over here. Over here, the only thing left over here is reflection. And this is the reflection from the same distance. The reflection is going to be from the same distance. Since we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are going to have the reflection. This is the reflection from y equals to -1. This is the line y equals to -1. The reflection is going to be from y equals to -1. The distance should be same. See, the distance should be same from the reflection line and from the object to the reflection line and the image to the reflection line. It should be same. 3 units, 3 units. All right. So we got this y equals to 1. So I'm going to say this is the reflection. Y is equal to -1. Then we have triangle A is mapped onto triangle C by single transformation H. कह रहा है you have A से C जा रहा है, एक transformation हो रही है H से. Find the matrix of this transformation. So you can just see that we have this. We can see this is the rotation, 90-degree clockwise rotation. This is 90-degree clockwise rotation. Okay, sorry, this is anti-clockwise rotation. Okay, this is 90-degree anti-clockwise rotation. If the triangle is moving like this, pointing rightward, clockwise direction, pointing leftward, 90-degree anti-clockwise direction. Now, since they are asking for the matrix, so always remember we need to find out the center of rotation as well. But since they are asking for the matrix, this is 90-degree anti-clockwise rotation. Now they're asking for the matrix over here. If they're asking for the matrix, then the center of rotation will be 0, 0. In your course, the center of rotation is 0, 0. These triangles are rotating. If they are asking for the matrix, especially for the matrix, then the center of rotation is going to be 0, 0. And if you want to find out the center of rotation, just make the perpendicular bisectors of the corresponding point. Make the perpendicular bisector of this one. You have this perpendicular bisector. Make the perpendicular bisector of this one. Right? You have this perpendicular bisector. So both of these perpendicular bisectors are passing through the center of rotation, that is 0, 0. So center of rotation is basically 0, 0 here. So I directly got the center of rotation 0, 0 since they were asking for the matrix. And in our course, the matrix, whenever they ask for the matrix has the center of rotation 0, 0. So I'm just writing down the matrix for the anti-clockwise, 90-degree anti-clockwise rotation, that is 0, 1 and -1, 0. This is the matrix for the 90-degree anti-clockwise rotation. Now they're asking the transformation M is the reflection of the line x equal to 2. All right. Then transformation R is a rotation 180 degree about the origin 0, 0. Triangle A is mapped onto triangle D such that RMA is equal to D. Draw and label the diagram D. Okay. So let's have, we have, when it says RMA, R is the reflection and M is the rotation. So what is first right next to the A triangle? That is M. So first we are going to do the M, that is the reflection. We are going to reflect the triangle A first. This is first thing that we are going to do. So first we are going to draw the line x equals to 2. Now we are going to reflect this triangle. The triangle is going to be reflect x is 2. It's become, this point is going to be reflected over here. The perpendicular distance on the opposite side. This point is going to be reflected over here. The perpendicular distance on the opposite side. This point is going to be reflected over here. The perpendicular distance on the opposite side. See, this one is 2. This one is 2. This one is 1. This one is 1. This one is 2. This one is 2. So we got the we have just done the reflection of x equal to 2 from the triangle A. Now we are going to do the reflection of the triangle that is just reflected. We are not going to do the rotation of this triangle A now. We are going to do the rotation of this triangle about the origin 0, 0. And this rotation is of 180-degree rotation. So we got this center of rotation here. So from the center of rotation, we got x, y, z. The distance of x is 0, 2. The distance of y is 1, 2. Our difference of z is 0, 5. Form the center of rotation. This is 0, 2. This is 1, 2. This is 0, 5. Now, since it is a 180-degree rotation, since this is of 180-degree rotation, what we are going to do in 180-degree rotation, we are going to change the sign of every distance. This becomes -0, -2. So 0 is neutral. So it's just 0, -2. Y dash is going to be -1, -2. And z dash is going to be 0, -5. We are going to change the sign of all the distance over here. So how do we plot the 0, -2? How do we plot the 0, -2? We are going to plot the 0, -2 like this. 0, -2 is over here. 0, -2. Now where is -1, -2? -1, -2. This is over here. -1, -2. 0, -5 is over here. We have this 180-degree rotation of the triangle. First, we just reflect this triangle, x equal to 2. Then we have rotated this triangle 180-degree rotation over here. The right, this is point rightward, this is point leftward, right? So this is 180-degree rotation of the triangle, and just label it D. Since they are asking to label it out, we are going to label it as D over here.